Welcome to this module called Building a Team of A Players, and we'll talk about how we can build the machine that builds the business. So a lot of this is I learned from Hormozi and her teachings and workshops and videos and frameworks about leadership, because if you don't know her, she was able to help Hormozi to scale their companies, and Hormozi himself said many times that without Layla it would be significantly harder and it would take way longer. And they scaled to hundreds of millions of dollars, and Hormozi completely on her own ran a team of over 100 people at this point, and they were able to scale multiple companies. So these frameworks are proven to work, and a lot of this I implemented successfully, not last month, not last year, but for the past 5 years. And it's one of the highest leverage things that I've done, as we discussed in the previous module. And I'm very lucky for the team that I have, and some of it was like pure luck. It happened, and some of it was very intentional. Me going after people that I knew that can help us to, achieve our mission and grow. And some it's so true that without my team, I wouldn't be able to be here. Like starting from winning the competition called the 100 that gave us a lot of momentum 1.5 years ago, and finishing now where we are having more growth than we have ever had in our organization. It's like it always came down to having exceptional people that are hardworking, that are intelligent, that are honest, that really care about growing and care about becoming the best in the world at what they do. And that collective team and environment is such a huge competitive advantage that most businesses are for a fight for exceptional talent, right? If you look at the news and other things, you can notice yourself that some companies offer like $100 million to get another company's like AI director, or like they offer crazy stock options, etc. And it's because big companies are big companies for a reason, and they're big companies because they understand that yes, building very, very exceptional, very good A-player team is hard, but it's still worth it. And that is one of the highest leverage things that you can do, because if you are just one person, one brain, one pair of hands working on a business versus a team of 10 and they are all equally smart, then it's pretty obvious that you are not gonna stand a chance. So that's what we're gonna cover today, which is how you can build the machine, you can build the team that builds the business. And you have heard about this many times, that building a team is super important, but if you're watching this, that means that it's probably relevant for you right now. So you're gonna learn. So I can't wait to dive into it, because I've made many mistakes as well in this journey. I did have many hires that didn't work out, and we had to let them go. And we have people that, again, because of them, I'm where I am right now, and without them, this would be not possible. So I want to share with you the things I did right, the things I didn't do right, and everything I've learned after investing hundreds of thousands of dollars into this. Learned from some of the biggest people in the industry, again, including Hormozi, and others. So I'm going to share with you the best frameworks for finding the right people and building systems so you get more for what you put in, and you have a A-player team that sometimes is every single person on your team is even smarter than everyone of your competitors. That's when you can absolutely beat everyone. Now, this said, let's dive in and let's talk about the real problem. So the problem is that the thing is that you don't have a people problem, right? You have a system problem, a leadership problem, and a talent problem, all disguised as people problem. Meaning, if you already have a team, or if you can't find the team, that's not the problem. There's usually something deeper about it. So simply said, you don't have the right brand, the good system to actually attract the right talent. You don't have the right taste or experience to know how good talent looks like to even hire them. So these are usually, or like you do, but they don't want to work with you because you are not a good leader for them. So these are usually deeper things that once you nail, then hiring, attracting, retaining A-player talent becomes easier after you do this. So we're gonna discuss that. And here's the pattern that I see in every business that puts us between 20, I would say usually about 30, 40, a bit higher, to 80K a month, is that they usually, not always, but usually, they have a pretty good offer. They do have demand, right? They have decent reputation, but they're stuck, and revenue as volatile. And the founder is working 70-hour weeks, and every time they try to hire someone, it either doesn't work out or creates more problems than it solves. And the founders say one of these things usually, that I can't find good people. So translation, you don't have a system to attract talent, which we will discuss. You are posting on job boards and hoping that you will just find the right person. Number two, nobody can do it as well as me. This is a big belief that I had. Translation, you haven't built systems that transfer your knowledge, you are the bottleneck. And I remember that it was 2021, I believe, and the first time I experienced this is when I didn't have my second business even yet. It was the first business I started that worked, which was I was running faceless YouTube channels, right? And for the first time ever, I had to hire a team. And I remember my thought was like, no one understands YouTube as well as me. Like, it's literally impossible. And then in a few months from there, I had people doing it better than me, and we were able to scale. I was the founder of one of the channels called Mr. Football, which now has close to 100,000 subscribers. I'm not associated anymore. I'm not the owner. I sold the channel a few years ago, but I was able to scale that channel from 0 to over 50,000 subscribers, and I literally did nothing in that channel. Right? I had scriptwriters, I had editors, I had people that literally were, not only they could do it as well as me, they were better at doing that than me. And that's where that belief was broken for me, and that was super well. But I remember how I was feeling at that time, that like it's impossible, right? And that's why I know that some of you might be feeling that too, and we will cover that as well. And the third thing that people say is, I hired someone and didn't work out. Translation, you hired without a process, onboarded without a system, and managed without a framework. Now, the truth, the business doesn't need better people. It needs better systems for better people. If you build the machine first, the people thrive inside of it. If you hire people into chaos, even A players become C players. So we want to continuously improve your company, improve your leadership, improve the system of attracting and retaining good people, and attract A player talent. And that's when you can scale sustainably. Now, why are you the ceiling? Every business plateaus at the exact level of the founder's ability to let go. Let me be direct. If your business depends on you for every decision, every deliverable, every client interaction, every piece of content, you do not have a business, you have a high-paying job with no benefits. And this might hurt the ego of some of you, because I've been there, right? And when I heard this first time, I thought, like, you kind of don't want to admit that, and you start making excuses. Oh, why? Because it's this, because in my industry it's different, right? But in reality, every business can become more efficient, and every founder can have more leverage, can have smarter team, can have better team members and better system for leading better team members. And if you do, then you can achieve even better results without working as hard as you do right now. Again, the point isn't to not work hard, is to be able to work not hard if you want to, and to build towards that day by day. Now, here's the progression most of you have experienced. 0 to 10K a month. You learned a lot. You learned to sell and deliver yourself. You are doing everything yourself. 10 to 30K a month on average, you got you got good, and you can do more without more hours. 30 to 60K a month, you hire like VAs and editors, etc. Some of you do this a bit sooner, some of you later. You are managing people, and that takes as much time as doing it yourself. So you're thinking, I would rather do it myself, you know? And about 60 to 100K a month plus, so even if you are doing 200-300K, etc., you need a team. You don't need helpers, because there's no systems, no structure, no leadership framework. And that's why you are stuck, right? And the uncomfortable truth is that the skills that made you successful until now, doing the work yourself, solving every problem, being the smartest person in the room, moving fast, are the exact same skills that are now keeping you stuck. You need to unlearn them, and this is super hard to do, because like I had so much ego around this. It's like, no one can send looms like me, no one can send YouTube channel reviews like me, no one can do sales calls like me, and all of these beliefs are broken. People can do it even better than you. You just need to hire the right people with the right system, right? Now, the founder trap. Skills that you got to hear: doing the work yourself, being the expert in every room, making every decision fast, saying yes to every opportunity, having all the answers, working 12-hour days. I haven't worked 18-hour days for many days in a row when I had to, right? So I got good results, so I got reinforced for doing it. But that was keeping me stuck for such a long time. And the skills that you need now are building systems that others can follow, hiring people smarter than you at specific things, teaching others to make decisions, protecting strategic focus by saying no, asking better questions, and working on the business, not in it. Again, you will have to do some work in the business, so don't think it's gonna be, just you delegate everything and you do nothing. No, but the question is, are you spending majority of your time working on the business or in it? Because if in it, then that's what we need to change and start spending as little time there and as much time as working on the business. So it's not a yes or no, it's more of a spectrum. So we want to continuously delegate and hire good people, so we can get to a stage where we ideally, exclusively are doing only the things that only we can do and that we are the best at. Now, this is not about working less, this is about working on the right things. Right now, you spend 80% of your time doing work and 20% building. You need to flip that ratio, because every hour you spend building a system, in an hour you never have to spend doing that task again. Your business will never outgrow your personal operating system. That's super important to understand. Now, a lot of these trainings are available for free with all of the templates, AI tools, private feedback for you to be able to implement in your business. And guess what? It's absolutely free. So if you're interested, the link will be down below in the description and you can apply to join there.